So did you miss anything really? Like things you were used to in Nigeria and now that you're in the UK, is there anything that you miss that much?
Besides some of my friends and some of the food, I didn't really miss any other thing because my family is here.
Right.
And even the food aspect, at least a great many of the Nigerian cuisine we have is equally available here.
Right.
Thanks to the Asian shops we have
African.
across Lintop Road and the rest of them. So that has been pretty helpful. But I think if there's anything to miss about Nigeria, maybe just some of my friends really and some members of my extended family. But that really isn't, I mean, I have my immediate family with me. My wife is here, my kids are here. So I think I'm good really.
Right. Thank you for sharing that. So I wanted you to talk to prospective students who are kind of from Nigeria, who are trying to look for a very good university to study in the UK. What do you tell them?
Well, what I would say is do your research, prepare financially, prepare emotionally, and this will especially go to those who are married first and foremost, because for those who are married, if you're coming here, as much as you can, if it's possible to come with your spouse and your children, do. But if you can't, and you have to come, you need to, get ready for the fact that, you may not be seeing your family for some time. But Teesside is a university that I think is pretty accommodating when it comes to helping students manage their mental health and things like that. I would also say that they should just do all they can to prepare financially, do all they can to ensure that they have a good support system here, make friends. You will discover that when you come here, sometimes you can get lonely, especially if you're coming from a country like Nigeria, where we are used to that, we have that sense of community. For you, so coming here, you might find that people are not, initially may not be as communal, which is where the Nigerian communities come in. So be friendly, join as many Nigerian communities as you can join. If you're someone who goes to church, your church might turn out to be that family away from family that you need. At least that was the case for me.
Yeah.
So going to a place like a church or any similar Nigerian communities will help you in having that sense of community and meeting people with shared experiences who will be able to give you good advice. That really helps, because at some point, when it gets really lonely, it could become a challenge to your mental health.
So I wanted you to tell us about life in Middlesbrough. Although you have mentioned a part, you said it's cheap to live, something like that. It's more of countryside. So just shed more light about life in Middlesbrough.
Well, I think life in Middlesbrough and even the Teesside region generally is obviously not as fast-paced like cities like London.
Yeah.
And for me, I think that the fact that it's comparatively affordable, it's good for anyone who is starting out life in the UK.
Right.
So even if you have the desire to go to much more metropolitan cities like London or Manchester, starting out in a place like Middlesbrough will still be a very good option, because it gives you that room to get settled, get used to, get familiar with the terrain, and then maybe after a couple of months or years, if you feel the need to relocate, maybe due to a job you got or some other opportunity, then you can go. In my opinion, going to the metropolitan cities is something that should be for somebody who really has a very strong financial base. If you're not from a family that has old money, if you're not somebody who really has a lot of financial endowments, I would suggest coming to cities like Middlesbrough, where the lifestyle is generally affordable.
Thank you. So give us like a statement or two about Teesside University.
Teesside University is a university that is holding its own as far as the UK higher education is concerned. And I think it's only a matter of time before they begin to compare to the Russell Group universities. I know this for sure because already at the moment, This is the #1 campus for digital innovation, especially due to their partnership with Adobe.
Wow.
The structures here are quite modern. And I think that, even the teaching excellence framework, recently got a gold. We got gold for teaching excellence framework, which already shows that even teaching and research in Teesside University is quite competitive, especially with the Russell Group units. So I think anyone who's futuristic and who wants to belong to the university of the future should begin to look towards Teesside University.
Wow. Thank you for your time today.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, I'm aware you have some affiliations to the Albino Society back in Nigeria. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, that was back in Lagos. It all started when I met the president of the Albino Foundation as a journalist. That was Jake Epele. And so in the course of interacting with him, I knew that there was an Albino Foundation. They had a branch in Lagos, which I think used to be somewhere in Ikeja. So I went there, I joined. And and I think the reason I joined was because I could relate with their goals and their missions, because at some point, growing up as a teenager especially, I experienced, I think from my teenage years way into my early adulthood, I experienced a bit of discrimination, particularly on the social side of things.
Wow.
So I'll give one good example. I know, for instance, a lady I was crushing on as an undergraduate.
Right.
And the only reason she disqualified me was because I was an albino, what she called Afi.
Wow.
So as far as she was concerned, she had a belief system that felt that people like me were for the gods.
Wow.
Not for human beings. So,
that's really weird.
Yeah. So as far as she was concerned, dating someone like me was bad luck.
Oh.
Yeah. I found it quite amazing too that, people still held on to such strong cultural beliefs. Yes, but yeah, that's how it is. So that was quite one of those examples. Really.
Wow. So that made you join the Albino Society?
It was one of the reasons I joined, because I realized people were not really informed as to who albinos were, and there were so many myths.
Yeah.
About albinos that they don't eat salt, they can't stay under the sun.
Really?
I mean, who eats food without salt? I don't understand.
I know, right?
So I think it was needful to join the foundation that needed to debunk deconstruct some of these prevailing belief systems about albinos.
Yes. So, viewers and listeners, I believe you have heard 1, 2, 3 things from Jude Nwabuokei. Jude is a wonderful person, and then personally he is somebody I admire probably because of his specific feature too, because I like to befriend albinos. Unfortunately for some people, I don't discriminate against them. I like to have them as my friend. And then Jude is also a very brilliant human being. He supports you, he guides you. What is kind of difficult for you as a student in a foreign land, Jude will explain them to you, and you get them better using your Nigerian brain, of course. So I appreciate your coming to the program today.
It's been my pleasure.
And I hope that whenever we call on you again, you'll be there to answer us.
Most definitely.
So till next time, when I come your way again on another very interesting episode, I remain yours sincerely, Adeola. Thank you for watching.